Hello, fellow survivors. This is your buddy RV Guy, and I'm back, guys. First of all, I'd like to say happy holidays. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. And second of all, I'd like to say I'm sorry that I just up and left the channel the way I did. And I'd like to apologize to the subscribers that I did have. I had a couple of issues with YouTube and some other things going on in my life, and I decided to stop. But I'm back, and I think I'm going to keep it up this time. And what better way to keep it up and start it off for the holidays is a little cooking channel today, a little cooking episode. So what I have here in front of me is an all natural Maple Leaf Farms duck, guys. And I'm gonna be making duck this Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna be grilling it. As you can see over here, I have the Kingsford Matchlight charcoal, and I have the other seasoning I'm gonna use. Now this duck does come with an orange sauce, and I might put that to the side for dipping. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean it off, open it up, clean it down good, and prime it, get it ready for the grill, season it up, light up the grill. And I think a duck is better on the grill because a duck has a lot of natural oils in it. It's a very oily bird. That oil will help keep the fire going on the grill, and it'll keep everything good. So let's get it over to the sink and let's clean it up. Okay, guys, I got the duck down here in the sink, and I've taken the liberty to take the paper off, the packaging off of it, plastic packaging, and this is the orange sauce that it comes in. Now, I might still use this orange sauce. I'm debating whether I should use it or not. This is a farm-raised duck, guys. This is not a wild duck that you go catch, so I really don't think you need to have it sit in a brine to get rid of the gaminess out of it. This was raised on a farm. It was fed with feed, and it should be the same thing like a Purdue chicken, but just maybe a little bit more oily. So let's clean this off and take everything out. First of all, we're gonna take out the stock, as you can see right here. Now this is good to have to feed your dogs or make soup out of, or flavoring, or broth, and I'm gonna save that. Let's see what else we got in here. All right, there's some livers. I believe this little bad boy here is the heart, if you guys can see that. Or maybe those are the lungs. Okay. All right. Now let's get it all cleaned up. So let's take this stuff out, and we're gonna hold on to this because, like I said, this organ stuff, you can feed your dogs with it. You can make stock out of it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. Put this over to the side, and let's clean them off. First, we're going to rinse it with water, clean them all out. All right, another organ here. Maybe this is the heart. Looks like it is. Then we're gonna take some lemon juice, guys. Okay, guys, we got our lemon juice right here. Now you can use lemon juice or vinegar. They both do the same thing. And this is just a precautionary thing, just in case, to kill anything that's on there. Put it inside, put it in the back. And what you want to do next, you just want to rub it down all over. Let lemon juice get inside, work good. Then, once it's all over it, we're gonna rinse it off. Oh, almost lost the camera, guys. Bear with me, I haven't done this in a while. Rinse it off good. All right, the inside. There, all nice and clean. Okay, guys, here's our duck, all ready to go, nice and clean. Here's the front, okay, and here's the back. And what you want to do is you want to turn it on its belly, find the backbone, which is right here. You want to take your knife. Some people use shears. I couldn't locate mine, but I have a knife. And what you want to do is you want to cut alongside either side of the spine, just like so. Right down to the end. You're gonna have to break through some bone. So having a strong knife is just as good as a sharp one. All right, crack the bone a little bit. There. Now you're gonna go on the other side. Remember, the spine is here. You're gonna go to the other side of the spine, and you're gonna go down the same way. Try to stay close to the spine. You're gonna come to that bone again, that hard part, so you gotta crack it. All right, there. Clean everything out. Okay. And once you get to this part, down here by the rear, you're gonna have to cut it. Just take it off, cut it, come around, just like this. Cut up the meat where you cut before. There we go. And pull your spine out. Angle the camera a little bit better for you guys. There we go. We pull our spine out. Put that over to the side. And that's what it should look like, guys. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna open this bird up and you're gonna lay it on your grill. So you wanna make sure that it's open. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to break probably the shoulder blades and the thigh muscles to get it how we want it. But before we do that, I wanna show you this part. This is up around the neck, the bird, and that's a lot of skin, grease. You don't need that. So we're gonna cut it off. Unless, of course, you like that type of stuff. But we're gonna cut that off. Again, that's gonna go with the bones and the organs and whatever. And like I said, you can make a stock out of that. If you have dogs, you can boil it, give it to your dogs with some rice or dog food or whatever. And it's good for them. Just broke my gloves. Okay, there. Now down at the bottom, you have the same thing by the butt part. So we're just gonna cut that out. Just like that. Just like that. All right. Let me get the stock over here, and I'll show you what everything we got that can be used. Soups. Let me get back over here to you guys. It could be used for soups or gravy or whatever you want to use it for. See? You got that, you got the fat, you got the spine, which has some meat on it. Let's move this out the way so you guys can see. Now, what I have here, I have the spine, I have the livers, the heart, some more of the backbone, the stock. All that would be good to use. All right, let's move this out the way. Let's get back to the bird. Now, seasoning Again, this is not a wild bird, so you don't have to let it sit overnight in your brine, your wash, or whatever you want to call it. What you do use is put the seasonings that you like, how you want it to taste. So, we're going to add a little Goya Sazon seasoning on it. Sprinkle it all around. Right? And just massage it in. Just rub it in. Just like so. You want that nice, rich red color. Get a little more in there. Sprinkle it on. Rub it over. Okay? Again, the other side. Rub it on. Sprinkle it on, rather. And rub it in. So you get that nice red color. Alright? Okay. Not only do I like the Sazon, I like to add a little adobo. Okay. Flip it over. Add some more adobo. Just a little bit. All right. I like to add some black pepper. All right, we got our black pepper here. Not too much. Just rub it all over. Turn it upside down, or on the back rather. Add your black pepper. And then just rub it all around. Just like so. Okay. I also like to add a little garlic powder. And then you want to put a little oregano. Okay, just a little bit. And some parsley. And I do this on the underbelly because the other side is just skin. It's going to fall off. But this is where it's going to penetrate the meat. All right. Then I like to rub it all in. And I take the knife. I just put some slits. Or some pokes. Because a duck is a very oily bird and everything is sealed up in that oil. And when you cook it, it'll help, these slits and these pokes will help the oil drain. Yeah. Okay guys, here's the duck after it's all seasoned and ready to go on the grill. I've added all the seasoning, the sazon, the adobo, the garlic, the pepper, onion powder, you know, whatever I want to put on it. I've cut some slits into the flesh and poked some holes, and so the seasoning could penetrate the meat. Again, this is not a wild bird, guys. This is not a duck that I caught out in the wild. This is a farm-bred bird. Therefore, you don't have to let it soak overnight in a brine. If it was a wild bird, you'd have to do that to get that gamey taste out of it. But this is just like a Purdue chicken or turkey that you would buy in your store and you season up. Okay, what I will be using on the grill is the Kingford Matchlight because it's reliable. It's going to light right up. It's kind of cold outside. I don't want to be standing out there trying to light a fire. These guys will light right up and it shouldn't give me any problem. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna light the grill. What you wanna do is you wanna light the grill and you wanna let your coals burn down, okay? And this duck will slow cook for about an hour in those coals. And it'll come out pretty good. So let's go get that grill lit. Okay guys, I got the grill lit now. This is the Expert Grill. Let me see if you can see the right there. Expert Grill. It's kind of like the Weber. It's like an egg-shaped grill, an oval grill, a round grill, whatever you want to call it. But what I like about this grill is it has, if you can see down in there, these two little, I call them charcoal bolts that you can put the charcoal in. That's supposed to hold together and maximize the heat. Now we're gonna let this burn down till all the charcoals get white, reddish white, and then we're gonna add the top to the grill and the duck on top of it. All right guys, another thing I like to do is I like to put the top of the grill grate, over the fire while it's high, because this way it sterilizes it. Any oils or greases or anything that's on there drops down to the charcoal and it gets the grill gates nice and clean and sterile. Another little tip when you want to barbecue. Okay guys, the coals are burning down. If you could see, if I could zoom in, if you could see down in the center, it's like a little red furnace inside there. Now, that's because they're held together by the, I don't know what you call those things. I think they're called charcoal bolts. They're held together by the charcoal bolts, and that adds an inner core of heat. The outside of the coals are turning white, and that's what you want. You want the inside red and the outside white. Okay guys, I've taken the liberty of putting the duck on top of the grill. I have it on its backside first, so the oils could drop. As you can see, the oils are dropping down, and the fire is raising up kind of high. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the lid on here, cut down the oxygen, and let it just slowly cook for 30 minutes, and then flip it over. One of the things I like about the Expert Grill, guys, is this. It has a thermometer on it, and it lets you know how hot it is. Right now, we're at 300 degrees. This should get around between 400 and 500 degrees. I'm gonna let it cook, like I said, 20 to 30 minutes on one side, and another 20 to 30 minutes on the other side. Expert Grill. I love this little grill. Okay guys, I took the liberty of checking it and turning it over, and your bird is going to shrink. This wasn't a big duck to begin with. However, it is cooking rather nicely, rather evenly. Once you take the flame off, once you take the lid off rather, and oxygen gets to it, the flame is going to start to rise. Okay, so I suggest every 10 minutes or so, just flipping it over. There we go. And letting it cook evenly. As you can see, the seasoning and everything is there. It's cooking evenly. And you're getting all the oils and the juices. The fatty oils, rather. The fatty oils, the fatty juices dripping onto the fire. Let's put the lid on it, and let's check it out again. Okay guys, another little cool item on here on this Expert Grill that I like to use, a little tool, is this right here. This regulates the oxygen, how much air goes in there, and it'll give you a high flame, a high temperature, or a low flame. On this bird, I like to close it pretty much all the way because I don't want it to burn the duck. I want a low flame. You open it, you get more oxygen inside, the higher your flame is going to be. So I want this to slow cook, so I close it. And it gives me a nice, kind of like a steamer type of effect, as you can see. See it steaming all the way around. It turns it into kind of like a steamer. But yeah, that's another little option in this little grill that I enjoy. And if you look on the front, on the thermometer where it's cooking, the temperature inside is just at about 500 degrees, guys. So I really think that this should be cooked maybe in 30-40 minutes. I don't think an hour is necessary for such a small bird. Maybe if I had a goose or a larger turkey, an hour would do it. But I'm at 500 degrees. I think this should cook rather quickly. Okay guys, another thing you want to do is you want to take a sharp knife and you go on the back and just make some slices. just make some slices in the back, open up the meat, and you can see if it's fully cooked. And if you can see the blood running out, it's not quite ready yet. All right, so what we're gonna do is just make some slices in it. Slices on this side, on the thighs. Flip it over, and we're gonna do the same thing. Okay? This way we let the flames and the charcoal briquettes get inside and cook the bird completely. Now that we flipped it over, just take your knife, like I said, and put some slices inside of it. Alright? Slice it on the thighs. And just let all those oils, those natural fatty oils, run out. Flip it back over. Yeah, now you see the difference in the meat? Once we sliced everything open, there's still some spots like here and here that aren't quite done yet. But what we're gonna do is flip it over and let it cook. Okay. The bird has been cooking for about 30 minutes now, maybe 35 minutes, and as you can see where I took the blade and I sliced into the meat, it's getting pretty much evenly cooked. There's still some areas, like right in here, I believe this is where the wing meats joint that has to cook. So what we're gonna do is, like I said before, we're gonna take our knife and we're gonna slice it, because we wanna make sure this thing is cooked thoroughly. There we go. Slice it. Nice and good. But as you can see, the back is browning. And this is something that can be served up with maybe some potatoes, right? Serve it up with some potatoes, some carrots, or wild rice, which I think I'm gonna do. Boil up some wild rice, right? Some peas, some carrots, and something different. Like I said, this was a smaller duck, but it's just me for the holidays, so why not? Okay, backside is cooked pretty evenly. Now we're gonna let this cook, put the lid on it. I'd say another 10-15 minutes and we should be good. Okay guys, now this is pretty much done. And at this point, what I like to do is add the barbecue sauce. And I use Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce, guys. I love the way this stuff tastes. It's delicious. It makes everything taste good. And the duck did come with an orange dipping sauce. I'm not too crazy about that. But I know this stuff is definitely gonna make it work. Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue. Okay, now what you want to do is just add a little bit to it, an even amount, over your bird. I don't have that much in here. Should have bought another bottle, but this is enough to do the trick. There we go. And I like to put it right where I add the slits with the knife. This way it gets down into the fibers of the meat, and it doesn't drip all off into the barbecue grill. There we go. Another little trick I like to do is I like to take it and just rub it around. This way the backside gets a little bit of the sauce. Also, the backside, the skin side of the bird. Now we're going to let this sit for about, I'd say between 5 and 10 minutes with the lid on it. Let it steam it and it'll be ready to go. Okay guys, here's the finished product. Hot off the grill. Everything's grilled completely. Like I said, this is something you can serve up with some potatoes, maybe some sweet corn on the cob, carrots, peas, right? And have a nice little dinner for yourself. It's something different. Again, for the holidays, they cook all different type of things: goose, duck, ham, chicken, and of course turkey. But this is something different that I decided to make. So I'm gonna have this up with some potatoes and some carrots and peas, and have a nice little dinner for myself. This has been your buddy Arby Guy. Until next time, peace.